Peace, everybody, and we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Brenda. I'm the founder of Culture Shift Hers Unite and the Brenda Williams Show and the Soul of a Lead Her, the podcast. I am so excited to be joined here today with an amazing guest who is part of a 22, yes, it spans 22 women and countries across the globe of a global anthology, international best-selling anthology, I might add. I'm here with Tiara BA, who is a beauty and wealth strategist, entrepreneur, speaker who is known for helping high-performing professionals and organizations realign their whole strategy around success and well-being. With over a decade in the beauty industry and wellness industry, she has built and scaled bi-coastal businesses through her work as a licensed esthetician and founder of Esthi Queen. Over time, she has expanded to work beyond skincare, spearheading wellness initiatives and leading collaborative experiences that support both personal and professional transformation. Today, she consults with entrepreneurs, teams, and organizations seeking sustainability, growth, clarity, and alignment in high-performing environments. Her work is deeply influenced by her personal story of overcoming the mother wound, a formative experience that shaped her understanding of identity, resilience, and self-worth. And that brings us into the amazing contribution that Tiara has made to the Modern Day High Priestess, which is happening, can't believe it, next week, Monday. So yes, it is upon us. April the 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Teen Hype. Shout out Teen Hype, our amazing venue sponsor. We'll be hosting several authors of this anthology. And Tiara has made I think, a very deep contribution. All of the contributions are deep, but I think this one is specifically resonant because we do not talk often about that tenuous relationship with mother. How do we address it? How do we confront it? And how do we heal our way forward? So with that in mind, Tiara, welcome.
Thank you. For one, let's go with that intro bio. You did that. You that was good. I'm like, okay, we're going to keep
Hey, listen, I mean, if you're gonna be on here, listen, we're
I
gonna
love
elevate
that.
and let people know
Yes.
who they are hearing and who they are witnessing and listening from. So yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes. That
Ma'am.
was beautiful. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah, so what is the mother wound? I think many of us may have seen it across the internet streets,
hmm
but what is the mother wound, and where did your courage and bravery come from to even pen, such a prolific chapter for this book?
Okay. I would love to start at the fact that, and when I was growing up, I didn't really hear about the mother wound. I didn't know anything about the mother wound. So much we heard about the daddy wound or daddy issues. It was always blamed on the man, and we never heard how we were hurt from women as well. And so that was something it was like a negate to me. And so what happened is I went through my transition through business, and it was something that was always missing, no matter what level I reached. And so I had to sit back with myself, and I was able to pinpoint the mother wound once I had lost a child. And from that perspective, that's when I was able to see, oh, this is something deeper because now I had a wound that bared a child. I had a wound that I had a connection with. And here I am feeling lost and broken from the woman that held me in her womb. So the mother wound definitely came from that perspective and that place. And a mother wound is sometimes the person that carried you can also hurt you. You expect that person to be the end all be all, but that isn't the case in this game called life. That just isn't. We choose our family and we choose our loved ones, but we can't choose our parents, right? But that doesn't mean that our parents can't harm us or hurt us emotionally as well.
That's a really deep realization. And I think for many entrepreneurs, particularly female identified entrepreneurs, there is a lot of struggle around pricing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
charging your
Mm-hmm.
worth, visibility.
Absolutely.
these are things that I'm sure with your clients too, it comes up, visibility, maybe a little bit of residence. I don't want to be online, or,
Yeah.
I don't like social media, or
Mhm.
I'm afraid to put myself out there.
Mhm.
How has the mother wound for you shown up in some of those areas? Or maybe there's some other areas that I didn't mention that the mother wound shows up.
Mhm. Yeah, so some areas that the mother wound has shown up in ways that I didn't expect it was definitely financially. I wouldn't quite say that knowing my worth and charging my worth, um because I don't believe that came from that space, but definitely I noticed an increase in revenue when I separated from the mother wound.
Mm.
um because I was able to see myself a lot clearer versus hearing someone's perception of me. And we've always heard the quote before, don't take advice from people you never want to, you never want to be in their position, or you never want to be in their place, right? And don't get me wrong, my mother was a very hardworking woman, and she definitely showed me work ethic. However, there were so many burnout moments I saw from her growing up where I was like, I don't want to experience that. I don't want to feel that. So she worked day in and day out just to make ends meet. And that had to be something I was not living by. How can I sustain myself and generate enough revenue and income to take care of myself and my family without feeling the burnout?
Mm.
So it definitely showed up in that space.
Wow. And then to take, your story, alchemize it, and put it in a book. What was your experience like in the Modern Day High Priestess? So to take the mother wound, you were
Mhm.
able to move through it. Um, I don't know what healing looks like for you, but if you could describe
Mhm.
that, and what the contribution and how that impacted you to be able to one, put it in a book. And I don't know
Mhm.
if your mother read the chapter, 'cause
Mhm.
it's up
Mhm.
to now. So how has that been?
Uh, okay, so before writing the chapter, I definitely reached out to my mother and I said, it's time for me to tell my story. This is how I felt. These are things that I remember. And I want to be able to share that because it's not about me, it's about someone else that's going to be need this. Somebody else is going to need this outside of us. Um, and she was a little hesitant, but then it had gotten to a point where she's like, you know what? This is what you need to do, so you do it. And I'll support you. Now that was easier said than done because once the book was published, it was like, yeah, yeah. She was a bit taken back, but it's like we talked about this, remember? Remember what I said? But
How about that, remember?
but it feels different when you see it on paper, right?
Sure.
Because you have to sit with that emotion, and when you read it, that's when it hits you and it punches inside your gut like, wow, this did happen. And now that's something for her to heal through, and that's on her healing journey. But for me, it felt like a release because I wasn't pinned up or holding in something that hurt me and positioned me in the wrong places throughout life, right? So now that I'm able to overcome these trials and tribulations, I have to share what was holding me back and how I overcame it because that's important.
Mm. Yes, that's so important, and overcoming, I think, for anyone that's coming to the event. So we want to name that we are over the halfway point in terms of ticket sales. So you do not want to miss this. And
Yes.
each ticket comes with a book. You'll have your own book,
Mhm.
some swag, and as well as food. We have food for you, but I think with Tiara's story in particular, when we think about the mother womb, many of us are adult women. For those of us who have chosen to go to therapy, or a spiritual practice to help us, I believe you're going to find something in this story that resonates with you. And I love that you named that you had the conversation with mom, and then there was of course, the seeing it in
Mhm. Mhm.
in black and white, where would you say, or let me phrase it this way, how do you think your relationship with your mom would be had you not written the chapter? If you had not chosen yourself,
Hmm.
in the healing and the telling, the truth telling for yourself.
Yeah. Um, One of the things that I preach is boundaries. And I had to learn how to implement boundaries with my mother first before I could implement boundaries with others. Um, because if I'm not scared to place boundaries with my mother, why would I be scared to place boundaries anywhere else? Right. So I had to get over that, that hump. And I noticed there was a level of respect that was being implemented by her. But when the book was published, there was an even higher regard of respect from that aspect.
Mhm.
And for a long time, I had never felt like my mother respected me or saw me. I was always performing to say, like, look at all of these accolades that I have, right? And this book for me wasn't an accolade. This book for me was for me to just release my truth and go past and be let it be bygones, right? And to help and heal whoever needed it. So for me to just lay this out and say this is my truth, and now she shows an even higher level of regard and respect. That's where we are now in our relationship. It's still love. It's still going through the pieces where she still has to heal through those pages. But I'll be right here. So she calls if you need me. I'm still right here to help you get through this process.
Mm.
But I still place myself first, and I know my boundaries so I don't become hurt again from the mother wound.
Woo. Mm.
Hmm.
What and I know that, of course, reading it moves faster than the actual pathway
Yeah.
to the healing.
Hmm.
What's something that you want people to walk away from this event, but also, the chapter?
Yeah. Um, the main thing was two main things. Number one, don't be afraid to place your boundaries because that is what saves you, right? And then number two is we're all here on this earth trying to figure it out. We all have wounds. We all have paths that contributed to how we navigate in today's world and society. So to have grace, right? It doesn't feel graceful when you're going through that moment, when you're being hurt, when it doesn't feel good, but still maintain that grace because sometimes you do things that don't make people feel good either, and you were given grace. So to have boundaries, but to also implement grace throughout this process of life.
Mm, yeah. Mm. Grace is given, and we
Hmm.
also like to we like to
And
receive.
receive it.
'Cause we are not the hero in everybody's story. It's not always the other person. That is
Yeah. Yeah.
now that isn't that the truth.
Hmm.
Now, what are you most excited about for next week?
I'm excited to see people's faces in a room. We all have some beautiful stories to tell and to share. So I'm super excited to see what transpires and what transitions in a room because there is no way for beautiful Black authors out of this 22 author book in Detroit come together and we don't shake a room. So I'm ready for that room to move, to transition, because some testimonies are coming out, and I bet you people are going to leave with new testimonies and are going to feel free after this event. So I'm really excited to see how that happens.
Woo! I mean, that's a whole word right there. And yes, there are 4 Black women from Detroit. We're having it in Detroit proper,
Mhm.
not the suburbs. It's not Birmingham, it's not Southfield, it's not Royal Oak, Detroit
Uh-huh.
proper. And yes, contextually, 22 women, and of those 22, 4 stunning, intelligent Black women sharing their stories. Yes, the room will be shooketh. So
Okay.
please, the link is here. Get
Yeah.
your ticket.
Yeah.
We are we're over the halfway point. So we have maybe,
Amazing.
yes, I'm super excited about that. So we're more than halfway to capacity. So please get your tickets. I would say go ahead and maybe just capture 4 or 5 for your friends and just say, "Hey friend, pay me back. I'm getting this for you.
Hmm.
You to come." And like I said, even though it's other women's stories, you'll hear the mother wound and you'll hear about, reframing Big Mama and growing up in Janine's story,
Mhm.
growing up early, fast, and then having
Yeah.
multiple careers and caregiving and all of those things
Yeah.
are yes, uh, there is a way forward, but it's heavy. And I
Mhm.
know so many of us are carrying things that are heavy. And then, of course, shout out to Jennifer Seifert and Trish Minkins and Lauren Dickerson, who are also coming in. They'll be coming in from Canada,
Mhm.
join us, and they'll be holding space for us. So again, Tiara, thank you so much for saying yes to this project and being part of this amazing, I would say, collective of storytelling. It is so powerful and transformative. So please make sure you get your ticket. Follow Tiara on all social media platforms. All her details are in the bio
Mhm.
section, but grab your tickets. We got ticket information there. Don't wait because you don't want to say, "Oh, I was
Mm-mm.
planning to go.
Yep.
I
Yep.
saw it." I love how the
Yep.
algorithm, like, I saw it in my news,
Mhm. Just
and
do it
then
right now.
just do it right now. Don't
Yeah,
wait.
that's it.
Don't
Mhm.
wait. So, Tiara, I will see you next week, ma'am.
Yes.
A beautiful rest of your day.
Thank
Don't
you as
hesitate,
well.
good humans. Get your tickets because you do not want to miss out on not just hearing our stories, but hearing your own and healing. And plus, there's a bonus. Melissa will be giving away,
Mhm.
yes, to someone present in the room,
I love
a
that. So you
gift.
need to be there.
That's
Mhm.
right, into the next anthology. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Just be there. All right, Tiara, thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you
Absolutely. All right. Talk to you
soon.
soon. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye for now.